Hello there, how are you today? This has been a long overdue, and this video is it's one of those videos that celebrates colors as well as something very motivational, something that I personally have looked up to whenever I want motivation. So let's talk about the phoenix today. Greek mythology is as exciting and enticing as something can be, right? Greek myths take many forms from religious myths of origin to folk tales and legends of heroes. Angela is a lover of the supernatural and Greek mythology. Although naturally skeptical, she loves hearing theories of the unknown. And today I consider you my personal Angela in the most unique way possible. And so let's hear the legend of the phoenix. A phoenix in Greek mythology was a bird that could live for a long time and could also be regenerated or reborn from the ashes of its predecessor. Some sources say that the phoenix simply died and decomposed before being reborn, but others claim it would combust and die wrapped in flames. Pretty interesting, I know. It was believed that it could live over 1400 years at a time. It is a mythological bird known throughout all cultures and all ages. When it dies, the bird bursts into flames and is reborn from its ashes, immortalizing it. Each lifespan of a phoenix is said to be between 500 to 1000 years. And yes, it sounds very freaking amazing, but it's a story. Let's listen to the rest of it, shall we? According to legend, each phoenix lived for 500 years and only one phoenix lived at a time. So, in all of the universe, there would be just one phoenix which would go on to live for 500 to 1000 years. Just before its time was up, the phoenix built a nest and set itself on fire. Then a new phoenix would rise from the ashes. Yeah, phoenix is a bird that rises from its ashes. It never dies. Now about the origin of the phoenix. One legend says that the bird is derived from the flamingo who will nest on salt flats that are too hot for a flamingo chick or its egg to survive. Nesting there causes a unique convection effect that is similar to that of the convection of a flame. Another belief is that the legend originated from the peacock, which would practically match the size and beauty of a phoenix. Although, from the majority of the descriptions, it is the golden pheasant that resembles what we view a phoenix to look like. Although a golden pheasant is much smaller than what a phoenix is thought to be, many consider it the size of an eagle. It does have the same beauty and the same crimson and gold colors as the golden pheasant and the beautiful long tail. Some have blues and purples just as phoenixes. The bird that I'm painting today is a mixture of all these colors. I was not trying to draw a phoenix, trust me. It eventually started looking like a phoenix, and I was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's talk about the phoenix. Let's tell people why is it such an amazing bird. It's so pretty, but it's so motivational, and yeah, here, let's do this. So, crimson and gold accent are most depictions of this majestic creature, although they may also have other colors such as blue or purple. With the attractiveness of a peacock and the size of an eagle, this bird symbolizes both beauty and strength. And I feel that is the best possible combination. The phoenix was a fabulous red gold feathered bird whose body emitted pure rays of sunlight. Just the description is majestic enough to maybe wake you from the rut that you are right now. Maybe you want to paint, maybe you want to write a book, maybe you want to read a book. Listen about the phoenix. It's an amazing bird. Just get inspired. The creature lived for 500 years and feasted upon Arabian balsam and frankincense. Again, it's a myth. When it died, a new phoenix emerged fully grown from its body. It then encased its parent in an egg of myrrh and conveyed it to the great Egyptian temple of the sun god in Heliopolis. Totally Instagrammable for real. Just look up the words. It's completely Instagrammable. The appearance of the phoenix differs over time depending upon the source. Of course, all eyes see differently. According to Herodotus, the phoenix is an eagle-like bird with red and gold feathers. The emphasis on red and gold never actually changed. So red. In Roman wall art, the phoenix is depicted as having a crest similar to a peacock. In medieval Christian bestiaries, the phoenix was considered to be a Phoenician purple as an explanation for its name. Phoenician purple, phoenix, you get it? The most extensive and imaginative description of a phoenix comes from the travels of Sir John Mandeville, which was a supposed travel memoir written in the 14th century by an unknown author. This bird men see the oftentime fly in those centuries, and he is not mickle more than an eagle. And he hath a crest of feathers upon his head greater than the peacock hath, and his neck is yellow after the color of an oriel, that is a stone well shining, and his beak is colored blue as indigo, and his wings are purple, and his tail is barred crosswise with green and yellow and red. And he is a full fair bird to look upon against the sun, for he shineth full gloriously and nobly. The phoenix's cry is considered such a beautiful sound, much like a beautiful song. Through its beauty and unusual depth, the phoenix has become a symbol of immortality, renewal, and rebirth. Although no one knows for sure how the myth of the phoenix began, the origins trace as far back as biblical times, and within every continent where people live, some believe its legend began from mysterious birds that people came across. But most likely, we'll never know. We have just compiled a set of stories to share with you guys. In ancient Greeks, the phoenix was also linked to the civilization of Phoenicia, which has a similar sound to it. Phoenicia was famous for producing purple dye from conch shells. This hue was also believed to be the color of the bird's feathers. Other sources, however, say that it was colored similar to a peacock or that it was red and yellow. This mythical bird is said to be either from Arabia or India. They also say there is only ever one phoenix alive at a time. Honestly, being an Indian, I feel it's very, very probable that India came up with this mythology. We have such great birds and we have such beautifully colored birds. So, if you actually know the source of the story, please do share it with us. And if not, I'm pretty sure as an Indian you've heard of beautiful birds, and this is just one of them. So, yeah, I believe it's from India, the myth as well as the bird. It has a 500-year life cycle, near the end of which it builds itself a nest of incense and sacred materials that it then ignites. So, like you see, this bird, it has a brain. It gets a specific materials which are sacred, and then it builds a fire around itself. I don't know, man. This is very Indian. The fire of its nest then consumes the bird, but from its ashes, a young phoenix arises reborn anew. The newborn phoenix is destined to live as long as its previous incarnation. In some stories, the new phoenix embalms the ashes of its old self in an egg. It's the same story, guys. Now, there are several myths around the phoenix, right? Pretty clear, but one of them is one of my favorites. It says that the earth was traveled around by this particular bird, which was very beautiful. But one day the sun god laid his eyes on this magnificent, colorful bird with its gold tail feathers and red ruffage, and he could not believe its beauty. So the sun god came down to the earth's surface to see the bird closer. As he got close, the phoenix felt charmed by the sun god and began to sing its beautiful melody. Realizing that the phoenix was one of the most beautiful birds with a beautiful voice, the sun god decided to allow this bird to live forever. Although the phoenix loved spending time with the sun god and singing beautiful songs to him, his bones were not meant to last forever. Biology, anyone? Oh, I don't know. After 5 decades, he began to fly slower and his song was a little more haggard. The sun god had mercy on the bird and told him to build a nest of cinnamon bark and mud. After the aging phoenix built his nest, he laid down. The sun god shone his bright light on a bird as he was resting, and the phoenix burst into flames. And in its place was an egg. The egg began to hatch as the fire was extinguished, and out came a baby phoenix precisely like the one before. This actually makes sense to me because there was a human involved. There was some the sacred materials used to build the fire also makes sense. So maybe this is what happened, but I think the most relatable story, or if you are watching this and you've heard the name Phoenix, it is probably because you saw this bird in the Harry Potter movie, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, shown in the Harry Potter series, right? And it was called Fox, and it was a pet and protector of Albus Dumbledore, right? This bird was also shown in the movie The Chronicles of Narnia. Now, Dumbledore said fascinating creatures, phoenixes. They can carry immensely heavy loads, and their tears have healing powers. So, phoenixes are amongst the strongest and most durable supernatural creatures. They're quite powerful and almost impossible to kill. They weren't our Avengers superheroes, but they did have superpowers. Again, according to the stories, phoenixes have superpowers. Guys, these are just stories. So some of the most well-known ones are incineration touch. In human form, a phoenix can incinerate anyone, anything with a single touch. Their ability is so strong they can reduce a whole man to ashes in seconds. This ability is similar to an angel's smiting. A superhuman speed. A phoenix is the fastest creature to exist. A phoenix can move away above the speed of light. Immortality. Phoenixes are immortals. They will not permanently die from aging or natural causes. That said, most do still age, at least when in their true form, and it's this aging that often leads to their fiery, albeit temporary, death and inevitable birth. Invulnerability. Phoenixes are invulnerable. They can take repeated shots in the chest and not even react, and can even be reborn after absorbing a killing curse. So this is where I relate to the phoenix a lot. Not relate, I get very motivated. These birds never fall, they just grow, and whenever a new phoenix is born, a better version is born, right? So I guess invulnerability and immortality are the two things that you should take away from the phoenix, if you take away anything at all from this video. However, significant foes such as being hanged can knock them out for a while. They never die, they never give up. They are the rarest species who are always standing there. Everyone else dies around them. Superhuman strength. Phoenixes are incredibly strong, capable of effortlessly lifting a great weight with their tails, such as being able to fly up a long distance with a handful of people holding onto their tails. And when they are in human form, they are strong enough to break out of coffins, even after it has been nailed down and buried. And everyone has a weakness, right? Even a phoenix bird has some weaknesses. And yeah, they are immortal, but even then they are vulnerable to iron and many other supernatural creatures. And this is where it should hit you. It's a myth, it's not the truth. And yeah, they are susceptible to the powers of magic and may take a while to resurrect it. And if you want it back right the next instant, sorry mate, it's a little tough. So I've been going on and on about the phoenix, but then why is it so important? What does it symbolize? So phoenix symbolizes rebirth or starting over. Someone may get a tattoo to signify a fresh start, which is common when someone has overcome addiction or other severe trauma. It also means victory over death. Now, because of the rebirth symbolism, a phoenix is often thought to represent a lot of good virtues such as grace and kindness, and others feel that each part of the bird symbolizes a different attribute. The body symbolizes kindness, the wings prosperity, and head reliability. But at the end of the day, everyone hears about the phoenix and they take a special lesson, an individual lesson for themselves. And it's not because they don't trust the myth, because we all are human beings and we all like to personalize even a small story according to our needs. So I shared a lot of myths today. I shared a beautiful drawing that I drew today, and not drew, I painted. And what I would like you to take back from this video is just one lesson or one myth that actually spoke to you. And if you want, and if you are a good writer like my sister is, uh, make a story of your own, accept it as your own, and have fun. Make the phoenix something of your own, learn from it, and not only create something today, but also be kind, be graceful, and be beautiful with a smart brain. So always an option. Work on yourself and be creative. Keep creating. Please like if you liked the entire content of this video. Please share it around, because I feel this video is worth sharing around. Not for the artwork, but for the stories maybe. And yeah, do comment which story was your favorite. Again, the sun god story is my personal favorite. And yeah, do subscribe to this channel. We are trying to make some good content for you, but at the end of the day, it's for learning. So if you are a strong advocate of learning for life, do comment and do like and do share and do subscribe to this channel, because the learning never stops. So keep creating. Bye bye. See you in another video.